Hey everyone! Welcome back to Cosmic Crystal Channel. I'm your co-host Jessica, and today we've got a super fun, super relatable episode. No fancy jargon, no weird crystal magic hype, just two friends geeking out over a book that actually changed how I look at the 7 or 8. Crystals piling up on my nightstand. How's it going, Adank?
Oh my gosh, Jessica, you had me at 7 or 8 crystals. I swear, I've lost count of how many I have now. But let's be real. You're the one who's been texting me nonstop for weeks like, is this thing actually doing anything? Or am I just decorating with expensive rocks?
Laughs loudly. Okay, guilty. I mean, come on. My mom got me a rose quartz last year. Said it's for love vibes. My roommate gave me an amethyst because she thought it would calm my work stress. And I bought a clear quartz on a whim because it looked pretty. But here's the thing. I have no clue what I'm doing with them. I just put them on my shelf and hope for the best. That's why I begged you to come on today. You read that book, The Crystal Palace Journey, right? And you actually use crystals now, not just collect them like a fancy rock hoarder.
Rock hoarder? Rude. But yes, I did read it, and let me tell you, it's not what you think. When I first picked it up, I thought it was going to be another one of those, rub this crystal and you'll get rich overnight books. You know, the ones super cheesy, full of stuff that sounds like it's made up. But no, this book hit different. The first line that stuck with me was, crystals are alive. Not like they have a heartbeat or anything, but they have energy, you know? And it's not about worshiping them, it's about connecting with that energy.
Wait, hold on. Crystals are alive? Adank, are you sure you didn't drink too much matcha before reading this? No, seriously, what does that even mean? I thought crystals were just, well, rocks. Cool rocks, but still rocks. How can a rock be alive?
I get it when I first read that. I rolled my eyes too. Like, yeah, sure, my quartz is gonna start chatting with me over coffee. But hear me out. The book doesn't say they're alive like a dog or a plant. It says they have a vibration, a frequency, just like we do. And when you take the time to notice that, to interact with them, you start to feel the difference. Before I read the book, I just put my crystals anywhere on my desk, in my purse, even in the fridge once, don't ask. But now, I actually talk to them, not like a crazy person. Just little things like, thanks for helping me focus today, or can you help clear my head?
Gasps, mockingly. You talk to your rocks? Adank, I think we need to stage an intervention. Are you losing your mind? No, for real. Does that even do anything? Or is it just placebo? Like, if I talk to my plant, it grows better, but that's because I'm paying attention to it, not because it's listening.
Exactly! That's the point the book makes. It's not about the crystal hearing you, it's about your intention. The book calls it intention and resonance. When you focus your energy on the crystal, when you set a goal or a feeling you want to cultivate, the crystal's vibration matches that. It's like a little energy amplifier. And honestly, I noticed a difference when I started doing it. Before, my crystals felt like just objects. Now, they feel like little partners. Does that sound weird? Probably, but it works for me.
Okay. I'm not gonna make fun of you anymore. Maybe. But let's get real. What's the biggest thing you learned from the book that's actually practical? Like, something I can do tonight with my random collection of crystals. No fancy tools, no weird rituals. What's the most useful tip?
Oh, hands down the part about clear quartz being an energy vacuum. The book says clear quartz is like a little cleaning crew for your space. It soaks up all the negative energy, the stress, the chaos, and clears it out. I used to have a clear quartz on my desk at work, but I never thought about what it was doing. After reading the book, I started placing it near my computer, where I spend most of my day, and I swear my work stress feels lighter. I don't get as overwhelmed, and I can focus better. And the best part? You don't have to do anything fancy. Just put it somewhere you spend a lot of time, and every few days, you clean it. We'll get to that later.
Wait, clean it? Like, with soap and water? Or is there some weird crystal cleaning ritual I need to learn? Because if it involves sage or incense, I'm out. I can't stand the smell of sage. It makes my eyes water.
No sage required, I promise. The book talks about different ways to clean crystals, and the easiest one is just running them under cold water for a minute or two. That's it. No fancy stuff. The water washes away all the negative energy it's absorbed. But we'll get into the cleaning stuff more later. Let's talk about how you actually use the book in real life. Like, have you ever rearranged your crystals because of something you read? Give me a real example. Oh, absolutely. I used to have my amethyst on my nightstand, right? I thought it would help me sleep, but I was still tossing and turning every night. Then I read in the book that amethyst is great for calm, but if you put it too close to your bed, it can actually make you too alert, especially if you're someone who's already a light sleeper. So I moved it to my desk instead and put a rose quartz on my nightstand. Now, I fall asleep faster, and I don't wake up as much in the middle of the night. And the best part? The book doesn't tell you, you must put this crystal here like a rule book. It says, listen to your body. If it feels off, move it. If it feels good, keep it there. That's the thing I love most about it. It's not about following a strict formula. It's about what works for you.
Wait a second. So my amethyst has been on my nightstand for a year, and that's why I can't sleep sometimes? That makes so much sense. I thought I was just stressed, but maybe it's the crystal? Oh my gosh, I'm moving it tonight. But wait, what about the Fatse crystals? You know, the ones everyone talks about, citrine, pyrite. Does the book talk about those? Because, let's be real, I wouldn't mind a little extra cash.
Oh, you so predictable. But here's the thing, the book barely talks about Fatse crystals. Like, maybe a sentence or two? But it's not the focus. The book is more about Xingxin, protection, and clearing energy. It says that when your energy is balanced, when you're calm and focused, good things, including money, naturally come to you. But it doesn't promise that if you rub a citrine, you'll win the lottery. And that's why I love it. It's honest. It doesn't sell you a dream. It gives you tools to feel better. That's a big difference from other crystal books, right? They're all like, buy this crystal, get rich. But this one is like, connect with this crystal, feel better, and let the rest follow.
That's actually really refreshing. I'm tired of all the hype. Like, I saw a post the other day that said, if you put a pyrite in your wallet, you'll never run out of money. I bought one, put it in my wallet, and guess what? I still forgot to pay my phone bill. So yeah, I'm ready for something that's not just a sales pitch. But what about people like me, people who have brain fog all the time, who can't focus, who sleep like garbage? Can this book actually help? Or is it just for people who are already into spirituality?
Oh, it's totally for you. I was the same way before. Brain fog, terrible sleep, always stressed. The book has a whole chapter on using crystals to calm your mind and improve focus. Like, they talk about how clear quartz can help with brain fog. Remember the energy vacuum? And how rose quartz can help you relax before bed. And it's not just about crystals, it's about small habits. Like, taking 5 minutes a day to hold your crystal and breathe. That's it. No big commitment. I started doing that every morning. Hold my clear quartz, close my eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and set an intention for the day. It's simple, but it makes a huge difference. I used to hit snooze 10 times, stumble out of bed, and feel frazzled all day. Now, I wake up, do my little crystal ritual, and I feel more grounded. It's like a mini reset.
That sounds doable. I can handle 5 minutes a day. But let's get into the practical stuff. Let's do a quick Q&A. I'm sure our listeners have the same questions I do. Like, first question, do crystals need to be in the sun? I've heard people say you should charge them in the sun, but I also heard some crystals fade. What does the book say?
Great question. The book says you should not put crystals in direct sunlight for too long. Some crystals, like amethyst, rose quartz, and citrine, can fade if they're in the sun all day. It's like how your skin gets sunburned. Too much sun damages them. Instead, the book suggests charging them in moonlight. Full moon is best, but even a regular moon works. Just put them outside or on a windowsill overnight, and they'll recharge. That's way safer, and it doesn't damage the crystals. I do that every full moon, put all my crystals on my windowsill. And in the morning, they feel brighter, if that makes sense. Like, their energy is stronger.
Oh, that's good to know. I almost put my rose quartz in the sun last week. Dodged a bullet there. Second question. What if someone else touches my crystals? Do I need to clean them? My roommate is always picking up my amethyst and playing with it. Is that a problem?
Yes! The book says this is super important. When someone else touches your crystal, they leave their energy on it, good or bad. So even if your roommate is a great person, their energy is different from yours, and it can throw off the crystal's vibration. So you should clean your crystals after someone else touches them. Like I said earlier, just run them under cold water for a minute, or even hold them under running water, and visualize the other person's energy washing away. It's quick, easy, and it keeps your crystal's energy aligned with yours. I had a friend who borrowed my clear quartz once, and when I got it back, it felt heavy. I cleaned it, and it felt like itself again. Trust me, it makes a difference.
That's wild. I never thought about that. I'll definitely start cleaning them after my roommate touches them. Third question. Can I sleep with crystals under my pillow? I've heard mixed things. Some people say it's great, some say it's bad. What's the book's take?
It depends on the crystal, and on you. The book says some crystals are great for sleep, like rose quartz, selenite, or moonstone. They're calming, and they help you have better dreams. But other crystals, like amethyst, remember my nightstand mistake? Or clear quartz, can be too stimulating for some people. They make you feel alert, which is not what you want when you're trying to sleep. So the book says, try it. Put a crystal under your pillow for one night and see how you sleep. If you sleep great, keep doing it. If you're tossing and turning, move the crystal to your nightstand, not under the pillow or to another room. It's all about trial and error. I sleep with a rose quartz under my pillow now, and I have way fewer nightmares. It's been a game changer.
That makes sense. Trial and error. I'm gonna try putting my rose quartz under my pillow tonight and see what happens. Fingers crossed, I sleep better. But let's get real for a second. Who is this book not for? Because I know some people who are like, give me a step-by-step guide. Tell me exactly what to do, exactly where to put my crystals, and exactly what will happen. Will those people be disappointed?
Oh, absolutely. If you're looking for a one-size-fits-all formula, this book is not for you. It's not a rule book, it's a guide. It gives you the tools, but you have to figure out what works for you. The author even says, there's no right or wrong way to work with crystals. What matters is how you feel. So, if you're someone who needs everything to be perfect, who needs a strict plan, you might be frustrated. But if you're open-minded, if you're willing to experiment, and if you're looking for a way to feel more connected to yourself and your space, this book is perfect. I also think it's great for people who are skeptical like you, eh? You were totally on the fence, but you're already asking questions and thinking about how to use your crystals. That's exactly who this book is for.
Yeah, I guess I am skeptical, but I'm also curious. So, what's your best advice for someone who's never read a crystal book before, who has a few crystals, or none, and wants to get started? Should they buy the book first, or buy a crystal first?
Great question. My advice is, buy one simple crystal. First clear quartz or rose quartz. They're affordable, easy to find, and they're great for beginners. Clear quartz is the all-purpose crystal, so it's perfect if you're not sure what you need. Rose quartz is great for calm and self-love, which is something we all need. Then, buy the book and read the first chapter. The first chapter talks about how to connect with your crystal, how to set intentions, and how to start noticing its energy. If after that first chapter, you're like, this is weird, I'm not into it, then you didn't waste a lot of money. You have a pretty crystal, and you tried something new. But if you're like, whoa, this is cool, then keep reading. That's what I did. I bought a clear quartz, read the first chapter, and I was hooked. I went back to the store and bought 3 more crystals the next day.
That's a good plan. Low risk, high reward. I already have a clear quartz, so I can start tonight. I'm actually excited now. I never thought I'd be someone who works with crystals, but here we are. So what's next for you? Are you gonna try any new rituals from the book?
Oh, absolutely. The book has a section on crystal meditation, where you hold your crystal, close your eyes, and focus on its energy. It's called Crystal Alignment Meditation. and it's supposed to help you connect more deeply with your crystal and with yourself. I'm gonna try that every night before bed this week. I'll let you know how it goes. What about you? What are you gonna do first?
First, I'm moving my amethyst from my nightstand to my desk goodbye. Insomnia! Then, I'm gonna clean all my crystals with cold water since my roommate has been touching them. Then, I'm gonna try that 5-minute morning ritual you talked about. Hold my clear quartz, take 3 deep breaths, set an intention, and then I'm gonna read the first chapter of the book. Oh, and I'm gonna text you every day to update you on how it's going. You're my crystal coach now, whether you like it or not.
Perfect. I'm happy to be your crystal coach. And hey, if you hate it, we can go back to making fun of crystal people together. No pressure.
Deal, but I have a feeling I'm not gonna hate it. I think I've been missing out on something simple that can make me feel better. And let's be real, we all need a little extra calm in our lives these days. Between work, family, and everything else, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. If a little rock can help with that, I'm in.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Crystals aren't a magic fix, they're a tool. They help you slow down, focus on your intentions, and connect with yourself. And the book does a great job of explaining that without all the fluff. It's honest, it's relatable, and it's practical. I can't recommend it enough.
Well, I think that's a great place to wrap up today's episode. To all our listeners, if you're curious about crystals, if you have a pile of rocks on your shelf and no clue what to do with them, or if you're just looking for a way to feel more calm and grounded, pick up a copy of The Crystal Palace Journey. And let us know, have you read the book? Do you work with crystals? What's your favorite crystal tip? Leave us a comment. Send us a DM. We love hearing from you.
Yeah, definitely reach out. We'd love to hear your crystal stories, your wins, your fails, everything. And if you try any of the tips from today's episode, let us know how it goes. We're right there with you on this crystal journey.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Cosmic Crystal Channel. We'll be back next week with more crystal talk, more book recommendations, and more of our chaotic friendship. Until then, keep your crystals clean, keep your intentions clear, and have a magical week.
Bye, everyone! And Jessica, don't forget to text me your crystal update tomorrow morning.
I won't. Bye, guys. Hey, wait a second. Before we move on, I need to ask you something. You said you talk to your crystals. Do you ever feel silly doing it? Like, do you look around to make sure no one is watching? Because I know I would. I can just picture myself standing in my room, talking to a rock, and my roommate walks in. She'd never let me live that down.
Laughs so hard he snorts. Oh my gosh, yes! The first time I did it, I was so embarrassed. I closed my bedroom door, locked it, and whispered to my clear quartz like I was telling a secret. I thought, what am I doing? This is so weird. But then I realized, who cares? It's just me and my crystal. No one is judging me. And after a while, it got easier. Now, I'll talk to my crystals while I'm making coffee, or while I'm getting ready for bed. It's like talking to a friend, except this friend doesn't talk back. But it still makes me feel better. And honestly, my roommate did walk in on me once. He saw me holding my rose quartz and saying, "Thanks for helping me calm down today." And he just looked at me and said, "Okay, weirdo, but if it works, keep doing it." So now he just ignores me when I talk to my crystals. It's fine.
That's hilarious. I'm glad your roommate is cool about it. My roommate would probably take a video and post it on TikTok. She's always trying to embarrass me. But maybe I'll start small whisper to my crystal when I'm alone and see how it feels. I don't think I'm ready to do it in front of anyone else yet.
That's totally okay. There's no pressure. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. The book says that the most important thing is your intention, not how you do it. So if whispering to your crystal alone makes you feel good, do that. If you want to yell at it, don't recommend it, but hey, do that. It's all about what works for you. I know people who write notes to their crystals and leave them next to them. I know people who play music for their crystals. There's no right way.
That's a relief. I was worried I was going to do it wrong. So let's go back to the book. What's another thing that surprised you? Like, something you read that made you go, whoa, I never thought of that before.
Oh, there's so many. But One thing that really stuck with me is that crystals don't have to be expensive. The book says that you don't need to buy a $100 amethyst geode to get good energy. You can buy a $5 clear quartz tumblestone from a craft store, and it will work just as well. I used to think that the more expensive the crystal, the better it was. I was saving up to buy a big citrine cluster, but then I read that, and I bought a $5 citrine tumblestone instead. And you know what? It works just as well. The energy is the same, it's just a smaller rock. That was a big eye-opener for me. I stopped spending so much money on crystals, and I started focusing on how they make me feel, not how big or expensive they are.
Oh, that's huge! I've been eyeing this amethyst geode online that's like $200, and I was feeling guilty because I can't afford it. But now I realize I don't need it. I can just get a small amethyst tumblestone and it will work the same. That's a big weight off my shoulders. I hate feeling like I have to spend a lot of money to get something good.
Exactly. The book is all about accessibility. It wants everyone to be able to work with crystals, not just people who can afford expensive ones. And honestly, some of my favorite crystals are the cheap ones. I have a little rose quartz tumblestone that I carry in my purse, and it's my favorite. It's small, it's cute, and it makes me feel calm when I'm stressed at work. I've had it for over a year, and it's still my go-to. You don't need anything fancy, just something that resonates with you.
That's so true. I think we're all guilty of thinking that expensive equals better, but that's not always the case, especially with crystals. So let's talk about another practical tip. How do you know which crystal to pick? Like, if I'm feeling stressed, which crystal should I choose? If I'm feeling sad, which one? The book must have some guidance on that, right?
It does. The book has a whole section on crystal properties, but it's not overwhelming. It breaks it down simply like clear quartz for clarity and focus, rose quartz for love and calm, amethyst for stress relief and intuition, citrine for joy and abundance, black tourmaline for protection. But again, it says that the most important thing is how the crystal feels to you. You might pick up a rose quartz and feel nothing, but pick up a clear quartz and feel a warm tingle in your hand. That's the crystal for you. It's not about what the book says, it's about your intuition. The book calls it crystal intuition, and it says that everyone has it. You just have to listen to it.
Wait, you can feel a tingle? I've never felt that. Do I need to do something to feel it, or am I just not paying attention?
You're just not paying attention. It's subtle. Next time you hold a crystal, close your eyes and focus on how it feels in your hand. Is it warm? Is it cool? Do you feel a slight tingle, or a heaviness, or a lightness? It's different for everyone. I feel a warm tingle when I hold rose quartz, and a cool tingle when I hold clear quartz. My friend feels a heaviness when she holds black tourmaline. It's all about being present. You have to stop thinking about other things and just focus on the crystal. Try it tonight with your clear quartz. Close your eyes, hold it in your hand, and see what you feel. I bet you'll feel something.
I will! I'm gonna try that tonight. I'm curious now. What if I don't feel anything? Does that mean the crystal doesn't work for me?
Not necessarily. It might just mean you're not used to listening to your intuition yet. It takes practice. I didn't feel anything the first few times I held a crystal, but the more I did it, the more I started to notice the subtle feelings. And even if you never feel a tingle, that's okay. If the crystal makes you feel calm, or happy, or focused, that's all that matters. The tingle is just a bonus. Don't put too much pressure on yourself.
That's good to know. I tend to put too much pressure on myself to do things right, so I'll just relax and see what happens. So let's talk about cleaning crystals again. You said cold water is the easiest way, but are there other ways? What if I don't have access to cold water? Or what if I want to do something a little more special?
There are other ways, but cold water is the easiest. The book talks about a few other methods. Burying the crystal in soil, but only if it's a hard crystal. Like quartz, some crystals can break down in soil. Using sound like a singing bowl or even clapping your hands near the crystal, or using other crystals. Like selenite. You can put your crystal on a selenite plate, and it will clean and charge it. But again, cold water is the simplest. If you don't have cold water, room temperature water works too, just not hot water, because hot water can damage some crystals. And if you want to do something special, You can add a drop of essential oil, like lavender, to the water. Just make sure it's a pure essential oil, not one with added chemicals. But honestly, cold water is all you need. I've been using cold water for months, and my crystals are doing great.
That's good to know. I have a selenite plate that my mom gave me, but I had no idea what to do with it. Now I can use it to clean my other crystals. That's perfect. So how often should I clean my crystals? Every day? Once a week? Once a month?
It depends on how often you use them. If you carry a crystal in your purse every day, you should clean it once a week. If you have a crystal on your desk that you don't touch much, you can clean it once a month. If someone touches it, clean it right away. And if you're going through a lot of stress or negative energy, you should clean your crystals more often, like every few days. The book says to trust your intuition. If your crystal feels heavy or dull, it's time to clean it. You'll know when it's time. I can usually tell when my clear quartz needs cleaning because it doesn't feel as bright as usual. It's like it's tired. So I clean it, and it feels brand new again.
That makes sense. I'll start paying attention to how my crystals feel. I never thought about them getting tired before. That's a cute way to think about it. So let's talk about the author of the book. Do you know anything about them? Are they a crystal expert? Or just someone who's been working with crystals for a long time?
The author is named Sarah Miller, and she's been working with crystals for over 20 years. She's not a guru or anything, she's just a regular person who fell in love with crystals and wanted to share what she learned. The book is really personal. She shares her own stories, her mistakes, her wins. She talks about how she used to be skeptical too, and how crystals changed her life. That's why the book feels so relatable. It's not written by someone who thinks they know everything. It's written by someone who's been there, done that, and wants to help others. I really appreciate that. It doesn't feel like a lecture. It feels like a friend sharing their favorite hobby with you.
That's exactly what I need. I don't want to read a book that's preachy or condescending. I want to read something that's relatable, something that makes me feel like I'm not alone in my skepticism. It sounds like Sarah is that kind of author. I'm even more excited to read the book now.
You won't be disappointed. I read it in 2 days because I couldn't put it down. It's not a long book, only about 200 pages, and it's easy to read. No big words, no complicated concepts, just simple, practical advice. And there are even little tips and tricks throughout the book, like how to store your crystals, how to travel with them, how to introduce crystals to kids. It's really comprehensive, but not overwhelming.
That's perfect. I don't have a lot of time to read, so a short, easy book is right up my alley. And I love that it has tips for traveling with crystals. I travel a lot for work, and I always feel stressed when I'm on the road. Maybe I can bring a small crystal with me to help me calm down. Do you travel with crystals?
I do. I always bring a small clear quartz and a rose quartz with me when I travel. I put them in my carry-on bag, and I hold them when I'm on the plane or in the car. It helps me feel grounded, especially when I'm in a new place. The book has a tip about traveling with crystals. Put them in a small pouch to keep them safe. And don't put them in checked luggage because the X-ray machines can affect their energy. I didn't know that before, but now I always keep my crystals with me in my carry-on. It makes a big difference. I used to get so anxious when I traveled, but now I have my little crystal friends with me, and I feel better.
That's a great tip. I never thought about X-ray machines affecting their energy. I'll definitely keep my crystals in my carry-on from now on. I travel next week for work, so I'll bring my clear quartz with me and see how it goes. I'll text you and let you know if it helps with my travel anxiety.
Yes! I can't wait to hear. And if you forget it, don't worry, you can always find a small crystal at a gift shop wherever you're going. Even a little tumbled stone will work. The key is to have something that makes you feel connected to yourself, no matter where you are.
That's true. I think the biggest takeaway from today's episode is that working with crystals is all about being kind to yourself, being open-minded, and doing what feels right. It's not about following rules or spending a lot of money. It's about finding small ways to feel better in your everyday life. Am I right?
Exactly. You said it perfectly. Crystals are just a tool to help you slow down, focus on your intentions, and connect with yourself. They're not a magic fix, but they can make a big difference in how you feel. And The Crystal Palace Journey is the perfect book to help you get started. No fluff, no hype. Just honest, practical advice.
I couldn't agree more. I'm so glad we did this episode. I went from being a skeptical crystal collector to someone who's excited to start working with her crystals. And I hope our listeners feel the same way. If you're on the fence about crystals, give this book a try. You might be surprised by how much it helps.
Me too. And remember, there's no right or wrong way to work with crystals. Do whatever feels good for you, and don't let anyone make you feel silly for it. Whether you talk to your crystals, clean them with cold water, or just put them on your shelf and admire them, it's all valid. The most important thing is that you're taking time for yourself.
Absolutely. Well, we've been chatting for a while now, and I know we need to wrap up, but I just have one more question. What's your favorite crystal and why?
That's a hard one. But if I had to pick, it would be my rose quartz tumblestone. It's small, it's simple, and it's been with me through a lot. I carry it in my purse every day, and whenever I'm stressed or sad, I hold it and take a deep breath. It makes me feel calm and loved. Plus, it's the first crystal I really connected with after reading the book. It's like my little companion. What about you? Do you have a favorite crystal yet?
I think my favorite is my clear quartz. I've had it for a few months, but I never really paid attention to it before. But after today's chat, I'm excited to get to know it better. I think it's gonna be my go-to for focus and clarity. And who knows, maybe I'll find a new favorite once I start working with my other crystals.
That's the fun part, discovering which crystals resonate with you. It's like making new friends. You never know which one is going to become your favorite.
Exactly. Well, I think that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for coming on, Adank. You've taught me so much, and I'm excited to start my crystal journey.
Thank you for having me. It was so much fun chatting with you, and I can't wait to hear all about your crystal adventures. Remember, text me tomorrow morning with your update.
I will, I promise. To all our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Cosmic Crystal Channel. We'll be back next week with more crystal talk, more book recommendations, and more of our chaotic friendship. Until then, keep your crystals clean, keep your intentions clear, and have a magical week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Wait, hold on. Before we really wrap up, I just thought of something. You said the book debunks some crystal myths? Like, what's a common myth that people believe about crystals that's not true?
There's so many. The biggest one is that crystals can cure illnesses. The book is really clear about this. Crystals are for emotional and energetic support, not medical treatment. You can't replace a doctor with a crystal. If you're sick, go to the doctor. But crystals can help you feel better emotionally while you're sick, like a rose quartz can help you feel calm when you're stressed about being sick, or a clear quartz can help you focus when you're feeling foggy. But they won't cure your cold or your headache. That's a big myth, and the book does a great job of debunking it. I hate when people say, just rub this crystal and you'll be better. That's not fair, and it's not true.
Oh, I've heard that before. My cousin told me that she used a quartz crystal to cure her migraine, and I was like, really? Because I've had migraines, and nothing works except medicine. Now I know why she was just feeling better emotionally, not physically. That makes sense. I'm glad the book debunks that myth, because it's important to be honest about what crystals can and can't do.
Exactly. The book is all about honesty. It doesn't make false promises. It says, crystals can help you feel better, but they can't fix everything. That's why I trust it so much. Another myth is that you have to activate your crystals with some fancy ritual. The book says you don't. You just have to set an intention. That's it. You don't need to say a magic spell or burn sage or anything. Just hold your crystal, think about what you want it to help you with, and that's your activation. It's so simple, but people overcomplicate it.
That's a relief. I was worried I had to do some weird ritual to activate my crystals. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. So setting an intention is all I need to do? Like, I want this clear quartz to help me focus at work? That's it?
That's it. It's that simple. The book says that your intention is the most powerful thing. The crystal just amplifies it. So if you set an intention to focus, the crystal will help you focus. If you set an intention to calm down, it will help you calm down. You don't need to overcomplicate it. I set intentions for my crystals every morning, and it takes 2 seconds. It's so easy.
I'm definitely gonna start doing that. It sounds so simple, but I know it will make a difference. So let's talk about listener questions. If we had a listener call in right now, what do you think they would ask? I bet someone would ask, I have a crystal that's cracked. Does that mean it's broken? Should I throw it away?
That's a great question. I actually had that happen to me. My amethyst tumbled stone fell off my desk and cracked. I was so upset. I thought I had broken it. But the book says that a cracked crystal is not broken, it's just changed. Sometimes, crystals crack when they've absorbed too much negative energy, or when they've done their job. The book says you can still use a cracked crystal, just clean it extra well, and set a new intention. Or you can bury it in the soil to return its energy to the earth. I chose to keep my cracked amethyst, and it still works great. It's a little imperfect, but that's okay. Crystals are like people, they don't have to be perfect to be useful.
That's such a nice way to think about it. I would have thrown it away, but now I know better. So if one of my crystals cracks, I can just keep using it. That's good to know. Another listener question. Can I use multiple crystals at the same time? Or is that too much?
Great question. You can absolutely use multiple crystals at the same time. The book says that combining crystals can amplify their energy. For example, if you're feeling stressed and unfocused, you can use a clear quartz for focus and a rose quartz for calm together. They work well together, but you don't want to use too many at once, like 10 crystals all at the same time. That can be overwhelming. The book suggests starting with 2 to 3 crystals at a time and seeing how you feel. If it feels good, add more. If it feels overwhelming, take some away. It's all about balance.
That makes sense. I don't want to overload myself. I'll start with my clear quartz and rose quartz together and see how it goes. Maybe add my amethyst later. So what's your go-to crystal combination? Do you use multiple crystals at once?
I do. My go-to combination is clear quartz for focus, rose quartz for calm, and black tourmaline for protection. I have them on my desk at work, and they help me stay focused, calm, and protected from negative energy. It's the perfect combination for a busy workday. I also use rose quartz and selenite together at night. Rose quartz for calm, selenite for peace. It helps me sleep better. I've tried using more crystals, but 3 to 4 is my sweet spot. Any more than that, and I feel overwhelmed.
That sounds like a great combination. I'll have to try that. So let's talk about storing crystals. Do you have a special way to store them? I just have mine on a shelf, but I feel like they're getting dusty and disorganized.
I used to have mine on a shelf too, and they were always dusty and disorganized. Then I read the book's tip about storing crystals in a fabric pouch or a wooden box. I bought a small wooden box with dividers, and I store my crystals in there. It keeps them clean, organized, and protected. I also have a few crystals on my desk and nightstand, but the rest are in the box. The book says that storing crystals in a soft, natural material, like fabric or wood, helps keep their energy clean. Avoid storing them in plastic, because plastic can block their energy. That's why I got a wooden box. It's natural, and it looks nice too.
That's a great tip. I'm gonna go buy a wooden box this weekend. My crystals deserve better than a dusty shelf. Do you label your crystals? I can never remember which one is which. They all look the same to me sometimes.
I do. I have little labels on the dividers in my wooden box, so I know which crystal is which. I'm terrible at remembering names, so labels help. The book says it's a good idea to label your crystals, especially if you're a beginner. It helps you remember their properties and what they're used for. I also have a little notebook where I write down my crystals' names, their properties, and how they make me feel. It's like a crystal journal. It's fun to look back and see how my relationship with my crystals has changed over time.
That's such a good idea. I'm gonna start a crystal journal too. I think it will help me keep track of which crystals work for me and which ones don't. And labels are a must. I can never tell the difference between amethyst and lavender quartz. They look so similar.
I know, they do look similar. But lavender quartz is a little lighter than amethyst, and it has a more purple-pink hue. Once you start paying attention, you'll be able to tell the difference. But labels are still a good idea. I still mix them up sometimes, and I've been working with crystals for over a year.
That makes me feel better. I thought I was the only one who mixes up crystals. So let's talk about the book again. What's your favorite chapter? Is there a chapter that you keep going back to?
My favorite chapter is the one about crystal meditation. It's called Connecting with Your Crystal Through Meditation, and it has step-by-step instructions for different crystal meditations. I go back to it all the time. The first meditation I tried was the crystal alignment meditation, and it was life-changing. It's a 10-minute meditation where you hold your crystal, close your eyes, and focus on its energy. It helps you connect more deeply with your crystal and with yourself. I do it every night before bed, and it helps me relax and clear my mind. I also love the chapter about crystal properties. It's a quick reference guide, so I can look up a crystal's properties whenever I need to.
That sounds amazing. I'm gonna skip to that chapter first when I read the book. I need all the help I can get with meditation. I'm terrible at it. I always get distracted and start thinking about my to-do list.
I was the same way, but the book's meditation instructions are so simple, even a beginner can do it. It tells you exactly what to do, when to breathe, what to focus on, how long to do it. It takes the pressure off. I used to get distracted too, but now I can meditate for 10 minutes without thinking about my to-do list. It's all about practice. And having a crystal to focus on helps you can hold it in your hand, and whenever your mind wanders, you can focus on the feel of the crystal. It's a great anchor.
That's exactly what I need. I need an anchor to keep me focused. I'm gonna try that meditation tonight with my Clear Quartz. I'll let you know how it goes. So what's one thing you wish you knew about crystals before you read the book?
I wish I knew that you don't have to be spiritual to work with crystals. I used to think that crystals were only for people who meditate every day, who do yoga, who believe in all kinds of spiritual stuff. But that's not true. You can be a total skeptic, like you were, and still benefit from crystals. You don't have to believe in magic or energy to feel calm when you hold a rose quartz. It's just a simple tool to help you feel better. I wish I had known that earlier. I would have started working with crystals sooner.
That's exactly how I feel. I thought I had to be spiritual to work with crystals, and I'm not. I'm a pretty practical person. I like facts. I like logic. But after today's chat, I realized that crystals don't have to be about spirituality. They can be about self-care, about taking time for yourself, about feeling better. That's something everyone can get on board with.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it. Crystals are for everyone, no matter what you believe. You don't have to be a spiritual guru, you just have to be open to trying something new. And that's what the Crystal Palace journey is all about, making crystals accessible to everyone.
I couldn't agree more. I think this book is going to change a lot of people's minds about crystals. It's not just for hippies or spiritual people, it's for anyone who wants to feel better, who wants to take a little time for themselves, who wants to connect with something bigger than themselves, even if that something is a rock.
Exactly. And there's no shame in that. We all need a little help sometimes. And if a rock can help, why not? It's simple, it's affordable, and it's fun. What more could you ask for?
Nothing. That's perfect. Well, I think we really need to wrap up now. We've been chatting for over an hour, and I know our listeners have things to do. But I just want to say thank you again, Adink. You've been so helpful, and you've made me excited to start my crystal journey. I can't wait to read the book and try all the tips you shared.
Thank you for having me. It was so much fun chatting with you. I love talking about crystals, and I love helping people get started. And remember, if you have any questions, if you get stuck, if you just want to vent about your crystal struggles, I'm here. Text me anytime.
I will. I promise. To all our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Cosmic Crystal Channel. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we hope you're inspired to pick up a copy of The Crystal Palace Journey and start your own crystal journey. Don't forget to leave us a comment, send us a DM, and let us know how your crystal adventures are going. We love hearing from you.